What if the woman you trusted the most was the one who wanted to destroy you? Could you survive when love, lust, and revenge collide? Before we dive into this dangerously seductive story, comment below where you're watching from today. And if you crave stories dripping with passion, betrayal, and shocking twists, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more addictive tales. Bella always knew she was playing with fire. Married men were her guilty pleasure, forbidden, experienced, desperate for something their wives no longer gave. That was how it started with Daniel. A lingering glance at a rooftop bar, his wedding ring glinting in the low light, the tension between them thick enough to drown in. Their first night was supposed to be their only night. But desire doesn't follow rules. Pinned against the floor-to-ceiling windows of a luxury hotel suite, Bella's dress pooled around her ankles, her bare breasts pressed against the cool glass as Daniel's hands spread her open from behind. His wedding band bit into her skin as he gripped her hips, thrusting into her with the kind of hunger only years of marital frustration could create. Her moans fogged up the glass as the city sprawled beneath them. But Bella didn't care who saw. Every thrust, every whispered curse made her crave him more, because he wasn't hers to have. And that only made it better. Weeks later, Bella didn't expect to like his wife. Sophie was elegant, soft-spoken, with an effortless grace Bella could never fake. Their accidental meeting at a charity gala should have been awkward. Daniel introduced them, his hand just a little too tight on Bella's waist before letting go. But Sophie smiled, invited Bella to brunch. And Bella, against all better judgment, said yes. They became friends. Dinners, shopping trips, even spa weekends. Sophie confided in her, vented about Daniel's late nights at the office, his coldness in bed. Every word twisted the knife deeper in Bella's gut, but she couldn't stop. The guilt was almost addictive. It was Sophie who planned the weekend getaway. Just the two of them. A private villa by the sea. A girl's retreat, as Sophie had called it, her smile too perfect. The first night they drank too much wine, laughed too loud. Bella's guard slipped, her phone left on the table when Sophie refilled their glasses. A message popped up. "Miss you already, baby. Wish I was inside you right now." Sophie saw, and the mask slipped, her smile stretched too wide, her eyes too bright. "You've been fucking my husband," she said, her voice soft, almost amused. Bella's stomach dropped. "Sophie, But Sophie wasn't listening. She leaned in, fingers tracing Bella's collarbone, her touch so gentle it felt like a threat. "I could scream right now," Sophie whispered. "Call him, expose you, ruin you." Bella couldn't breathe. "Please, I didn't mean..." "Shh." Sophie's lips brushed Bella's ear. "You think this is my first time cleaning up his mess?" Bella froze. "What does that mean?" Sophie stepped back, pouring another glass of wine. "He always cheats, darling. But you made it personal. You wanted to be my friend." Sophie's smile sharpened. "So let's play." The next morning, Sophie was gone. Bella woke alone, her head pounding, her dress from the night before crumpled at the foot of the bed. Her phone was gone. The villa door was locked from the outside. On the nightstand sat a tablet, a video queued up and ready to play. Bella tapped it with trembling fingers. There she was, naked, sprawled across Daniel's desk, his face buried between her thighs. There were more clips. The hotel window, the back seat of Daniel's car, the beach house. Sophie had been watching all along. A message appeared across the screen. "Smile, darling. Your turn to be the dirty little secret." Bella screamed, pounding on the door. No one came. Bella remembered that night on Daniel's desk. The office lights dimmed, the cool leather against her back as Daniel knelt between her legs. His tongue traced her slick folds, her thighs trembling around his head as she arched, fingers pulling at his hair. He flipped her over, bending her across the desk, her cheek pressed to the cold wood. His tie was still around his neck, the silk trailing down her back as he took her hard, the sound of their bodies echoing in the empty office. "You're mine," he growled, fingers digging into her hips. "Yours," she gasped, even though they both knew it was a lie. The door finally opened hours later, but it wasn't Sophie. It was Daniel. His eyes were bloodshot, his shirt half-buttoned, as if he hadn't slept. "What the hell did you do?" Bella shook her head. "I didn't. She set me up." Daniel's phone rang. Sophie's face flashed on the screen. He answered, putting her on speaker. "Hi, sweetheart." Sophie's voice was honeyed poison. "Bella and I had such a lovely weekend." "Sophie, what the fuck is this?" Daniel snapped. "You think you're the only one who can play games?" Sophie purred. She thought she was the predator. Turns out she was the prey. Bella's knees buckled. "Here's the deal," Sophie continued. "You two will disappear from my life, together. I want you to see exactly what you threw me away for. Every miserable day. And if we don't," Daniel's voice was hollow, "then the videos go public. Every dirty second." Daniel ended the call. Bella stared at him, tears pooling in her eyes. "What do we do?" Daniel's jaw tightened. "We run." They fled to a secluded town, new names, new lives. But Sophie's presence lingered in every shadow, every ringing phone, every unfamiliar face. Because trust, once broken, can never be escaped. If this story kept you hooked until the end, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories where passion, betrayal, and revenge collide. Who do you think truly won this dangerous game? Bella, Daniel, or Sophie? Drop your theory below.